Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and we're going to do another edition of Heel Heat Feud. For that, as always, I have my brother Frank. Say hi, Frankie.
Hi, how you doing?
What we have here is 5 categories. Is that right?
Yep.
And these are all from Ranker.
Yep.
If you're familiar with Family Feud, I get 3 strikes. I have to try and guess the top 5 answers from Ranker, which is the closest thing I could think of to actual Family Feud without...
It's as close as we can without fielding people and doing, questionnaires and crap.
Which I would if my channel was a little bigger, but it's not. But anyway, with that being said, Frankie, why don't you give me the first category?
Well, Ranker asked countless online people this question: what is the best WWE superstars of the 90s? I have the top 5 on the board.
Best superstars of the 90s.
Yep.
Let me see if I might be able to do this in order. Steve Austin.
Yes.
He should be number 1.
He is number 1.
The Rock is probably number 2.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, is he on there?
He is on there.
What number is he?
3.
So Undertaker's number 2.
Yes.
So the last 2, Bret Hart.
That's 5.
And Shawn Michaels.
That's correct. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. You win this round.
That one was kind of easy.
I'm not the one that at Ranker set that up, All right, so our next question that Ranker asked to online people: the best TNA wrestlers of all time.
The best TNA wrestlers of all time.
And the top 5 are on the board.
This one I can almost guarantee I know number 1. I don't know the rest. I can't say I know the rest in order. I thought I did the last one. Number 1's AJ Styles.
Yep. Sure is.
I'm going to go with Abyss.
No.
That's my
Unless
first
he's
choice.
named something else.
No, he'd be either Abyss or Joseph Park, which they're not going to
he's not on the list now.
Alright, so that's my first strike. Jeff Jarrett? Really? Kurt Angle.
Oh no, that one's on there.
Kurt Angle is on there.
Yes.
Okay.
So you 2 strikes and you have 2 of them.
Alright. Christian
3,
Cage.
4, and 5. That's on there as well. That's 5. So you have 3 and 4 left.
3 and 4 left.
Oh. With 1 strike left. Down to the wire.
I want to say Samoa Joe. Let's go with Samoa Joe.
Wrong. Sorry.
Really? Who are the other 2?
Sting and Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
Sorry.
I was tossing up between Joe and Roode, but I thought Joe had a better chance of being on there. Oh well.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't have guessed Sting because I don't think his Sting.
We're 1-1.
I don't think his Sting is TNA. So.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sure. He was there for a long time. It's just I think Sting WCW.
Right. All right, so you're 1-1.
All right.
All right. The worst wrestling gimmicks of all time. I didn't say of all time, but whatever. I'm adding that.
The worst wrestling gimmicks. All right. Shockmaster's on
That's
there.
number 1.
Is the Gobbledygooker on there?
That's number 2.
All right, so we got 2. Isaac Yankem?
Is that the person or the move?
That's the name, Isaac Yankem.
No.
Alright, so Isaac Yankem's not there. Doink the Clown? Really? I'm probably going to fail this one. Trying to think what was really bad. See, the thing is, what's really bad...
It's very subjective.
No, it's just that the really bad stuff, like PN News, is not going to be on there because people of Ranker don't know who PN News is.
So you have to counter the popularity versus the awfulness, right?
Yeah, so they have to be somewhat known.
Well, you got 1 and 2, so... you got 1 strike left.
I'm probably going to fail this one miserably.
That's all right.
Going on what would people think is bad. I'm trying to think of what would... This is hard. Let's go with Lord Tensai for the hell of it.
Nope, sorry.
I knew it was.
That's your 3rd strike. The Yeti is number 3.
Okay, how the... Okay.
Bastion Booger is number 4.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oz is number 5.
Oz, okay. So here's... The Yeti and Oz are terrible. But both of them were like 2 months.
That's Ranker, not me.
I'm saying. All right.
Actually, it's more like the people that answered Ranker's thing.
So I'm not doing so hot this time. I'm 1 and 2.
You're 1 and 2, but we'll see. The next two probably be a little bit easier for you.
All right.
The best wrestling promos of all time.
The best wrestling promos of all time.
I mean, this one is a little specific, so we'll see.
I just did a top 10 on this on my channel.
Okay.
Dusty Rhodes Hard Times.
That's number 2.
It's number 2. Austin 316 or Austin King of the Ring. It's the same promo. Is that on there?
That is. That's number 1.
Okay, so we got the 2 that everybody would consider the best of all time. Thinking of promos.
I know one of these already because I've seen it myself.
The CM Punk Pipe Bomb.
That's one of them. That's number 3.
That's number 3. So I got the top 3.
So you have 4 and 5 left.
4 and 5. Was that the one you've seen yourself?
No, actually, it's the next one I see.
So this one. So if it's one that you've seen,
It might be a more popular wrestler type deal.
I'm gonna say that's probably a Ric Flair or a Steve Austin, maybe The Rock, because you wouldn't have seen any. You wouldn't have seen any of the lesser known people.
The one I'm talking about is extremely well known. It's not lesser known.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's one of those type people. And you would have seen... I don't know what promos you would have seen. That's weird.
I know. I mean, that might throw you off a little.
Huh. Is there a Ric Flair Royal Rumble tear in my eye promo?
No.
There's nothing Rick on there?
Nope.
That's a shame. Alright, so... That means I got 1 strike.
Isn't Ric Flair a heel?
Yeah.
Well, that might be why.
Yeah, but it's still iconic.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
Rick.
All right.
It's Rick goddamn Flair.
That's true. That's true.
Huh.
And there's right now in the comment section something like, he didn't know that Ric Flair was a heel? I don't follow wrestling.
Well, Rick has been both, so...
Yeah.
Would the Chris Jericho's debut with The Rock be on there?
Is that are you asking me if that's an answer?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
That's 1.
That's 2.
2. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm probably going to fail this one too. This one's harder than it seems to be.
I can see that. I do think you're going to fail because of number 5 at the very least. Number 4 you might get on an off shot, but number 5
Well,
I think...
I've only got 2 of them. No, I got 3 of them.
You got 3.
Alright. Is the Hulk Hogan turns to the NWO promo on there?
Is that a question for an answer?
Yes.
No, you have failed this one, unfortunately.
So it's okay. So I know I failed, but just to give some more guesses, the Macho Man Cream of the Crop promo.
Yes.
They can't hear you
I know.
shaking your
You
head.
can't hear me nodding. I'm sorry. Yes, that's number 4. That's the one I was talking about that I've
Okay.
seen.
And what's number 5?
Paul Heyman, One Night Stand.
That made it. That's awesome that made it there. I feel sad that I didn't fucking say that, but I didn't think that Ranker would have said that.
All right. Unfortunately, we're at 1 and 3, so hopefully you can pull it back. With
You
this
should
list.
watch the Paul Heyman One Night Stand promo. It's
I'll
fucking
check
great.
it out later. I'll check it out later.
Actually, you should watch the Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame speech from this weekend.
Was it good?
I'll say the one quote, and it's we're far enough that I won't get demonetized. They bleeped him on. They had to bleep him on there.
Uh-huh.
But he basically said, because Paul Heyman's the guy that made ECW.
Right.
He said that if you think ECW died in a bankruptcy court in 2001, you could suck my fucking dick. It was great.
That's great.
But anyway, so I've got 1 quiz right so far.
But you've answered a lot of them right? Like you've gotten most of them right.
Yeah,
It's just you haven't won the category. right, so our last category, the one we're hoping you redeem yourself
Final Jeopardy.
Well, Final Jeopardy. The best wrestling announcers of all time.
The best wrestling announcers. I'm going to have to say Jim Ross.
That's number 1.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, of course he is.
Gorilla Monsoon.
That's number 3.
Bobby Heenan.
That's number 2.
Jerry Lawler.
Not on the list.
Really? So I got 3. Gordon Solie.
That's on the list. Number 4.
Number
got
4.
1 left. Number 5. Come on.
And I got 2 strikes.
You have one strike, but yeah.
2. No, I got 2 strikes I can use.
Yes.
I'm going to go out on a limb. Tony Schiavone? No?
Nope.
So the last one. This is win or lose.
Win or lose. Next question. And your final Family Feud.
I'm going to tell you what's in my head now.
Uh-huh.
I'm going between Vince McMahon and Jesse the Body Ventura. I think it's got to be one of those two. Because they would have been the announcers that a lot of people watched on Saturday night's main event. I'm going to go with Vince just because he did it a bit longer than Jesse did. I'm going with Vince McMahon, final answer.
Sorry, it wasn't either one of them.
Who was the 5th one?
Gene Okerlund.
Oh, come on. Gene Okerlund's an interviewer. He's not an announcer.
Ranker's the one that made up the list.
Although he did do some announcing, so I guess. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that Gene Okerlund counts out there? Let me know. I don't think he does.
I mean, it is based on Ranker. I'm not the one to make the decisions. Well, that's our list. Unfortunately, you only won one of them.
I did pretty bad.
But you didn't do bad because you did get a lot of the answers right. So.
Well, you know.
It is what it is. You can't always predict what the masses like.
Yeah. I guess so. You want to tell them all the things they need to do?
You guys need to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell him how much you like this, or what you want him to ask, what type of list maybe you want him to go for next.
Yeah,
or any suggestions, really.
If you have ideas for this, and I know on our last one, which had Frankie in front of the camera, a lot of people like that, so if you want to see Frankie in the camera, how many likes do you think we should get for you to do another one?
Let's go with, what's a reasonable likes for your channel? Let's go with 100.
I don't, 100 is more than I get you.
I have a 50.
That's 50 is a lot more. I usually get around 20 is pushing it.
Okay, all right. How about 10?
So if we get 10 likes on this, the next one, Frankie's going to get back in front of the camera, and we'll have to think of something that...
We'll do some nerd knowledge that I might have some basis in.
We'll have to think of something that Frankie understands, like, I don't know.
Nerd shit.
Inuyasha, or...
You're not going to pull Inuyasha list. Plus, that's not something I would be really familiar with right now anyway.
Or Hunter vs. Hunter.
She stopped writing that, though, a while ago.
Or what's the other one? Did you ever watch Ruby? Do you like Ruby?
Ruby's alright.
Maybe Ruby. Oh, something like that. Gundam Wing. I know you know.
I love Gundam Wing.
I know you know a shit ton of Gundam Wing.
Dragon Ball Z.
Anyway, I mean...
I'll say.
Dragon Ball Z is so far in the zeitgeist now that I think even anyone
that's true. Yeah.
People that haven't seen the show know shit about the show.
Right. That you're 100% right. Like, yeah.
Like, I'll put myself on the spot now. Do you have Ranker up?
No, I don't have it up anymore.
Pull Ranker up real quick.
Sure.
We're probably going to edit a little bit of this out while he's doing that.
Because it'll be a delay.
What I'm thinking for you guys out there, and this is a bonus one, I won't say I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. I've seen some of it. I wouldn't consider myself a Dragon Ball Z fan. I've played the fighting games, so I know...
The fighting games are great.
I know a very surface level. Do they have a top 5 Dragon Ball Z character list?
Probably. That would be a bad one to ask me.
See, I'm just wanting to prove my point of how much on the zeitgeist it is, because you would consider me a casual Dragon Ball Z person.
Yes.
I know about as much of Dragon Ball Z as I do the show Friends, which is very surface level. I've seen episodes not something I watch regularly. Or like Big Bang Theory. I can't say I ever sat down and watched episodes of Big Bang Theory, but I could tell you most of the characters and a lot of their motivation.
Okay.
So there's a top 5 Dragon Ball Z character.
Yes, there is.
There's a top Dragon Ball Z character list.
Top, the best Dragon Ball Z characters of all time.
So this is just showing you how much that's in the zeitgeist. I'm gonna go. Obviously, you have to go with Goku.
Obviously, that's number 1.
Gohan.
Yes, he's number 4.
Trunks.
Yeah, you missed him. He's number 6.
Just out of the list.
Just out of the list.
Vegeta.
Number 2. So you're missing 3 and 5 now.
3 and
now,
5.
I don't think you're going to get this because 5 is a curveball. So.
Cell.
Nope. That's another X.
Was it Android 13?
No. That's a third X. Nope.
I got
Alright,
some.
I'm surprised you can get the 3 because 3 he's the main character.
What's that?
Piccolo.
Oh, I was going to say Piccolo.
The green antennaed alien guy.
No, I know who Piccolo is. And you know what threw me off with it was, who did I say that was number 6?
Trunks.
I was going to say Piccolo after Trunks.
But then you just lost the train there.
But no, Trunks being that low threw me off from saying Piccolo.
Okay.
Because, like, alright, if Trunks is 6...
Well, just remember, Piccolo is more prevalent in the series.
Right, but as far as when you see merchandise out in the wild...
There's a... Yeah, I could see that.
They're about the same level.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyway, and Android 13 I just threw in there because of sales.
So the other one you missed, and this was the one that's the curveball that I did not think for 1 second you would get, is Vegito.
Okay, I don't know
and,
who that is.
For any of you nerd DBZ people, as Vegito is the fusion between Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah, it's right here.
So,
Anyway.
why
I
he's
feel
the favorite, I don't know. It's a stupid number.
Anyway, that one we failed, and much like all the rest
But
of
you
them.
got 3 out of 5 on a subject that you rightfully don't know much about. So that does lead credence to what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like Star Wars. You could say, who's the top 5 Star Wars characters?
Right,
It's going
like
to be
Luke,
Darth Vader, Luke
Leia.
Skywalker. You know, people know.
Yeah.
People know the characters.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. But anyway, the video's getting long and we're just rambling about nothing.
They're just nerd rambling.
So with all that being said, what Frankie said, Frankie, say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
One more time for the hard camera. This is quoting the One Night Stand promo.
Ah.
This ain't WWE. This ain't WCW. This is ECW. And you've been watching Heel Heat.
That's pretty good.